Boom, gentlemen, Dave, Evan, thank you for joining the show. I appreciate it.
Thanks so much for having us. Excited to be here. First time.
Thank you very much for bringing the supplies. Every time we have a representative of an alcoholic beverage company, I'm excited to have them on just for the possibility of someone bringing a little treat. So I appreciate you bringing that. That's awesome.
Can't come empty-handed, right? It's East Coast hospitality. So
100%. We got to start out with Tom Brady, boys.
Just a few minutes ago, we just got the news.
What does Tom Brady mean to you?
Well, I guess, all good things have to come to an end, right? Somebody that I think everybody can look up to in sports. So he's been around for a long time and one of the greatest athletes, I think, to go down in history. So it's sad to see him go, but like I said, all good things must come to an end.
Throughout my whole life, I was never really a huge football guy. But every time the Pats were on, I'd always chuck it on. I'd be just amazed of the sport and him, of what he would do. And these past 2 years, I've probably become a little bit more of a fan because this guy's a football nut. So he's kind of converted me. And these playoffs, this past year has 100% converted me into a football fan. But every time you see Brady out there, it just makes you appreciate the sport so much. He's like the Michael Jordan of our era, at least my era. I never got to watch MJ, so.
Absolutely. I mean, he's good for the game, like you said. Got a lot of people interested in the sport for sure.
Man, that's good. So what is this, what we're drinking right now?
This is a new product of ours. Just launched right before Christmas here. So it's our Fisherman's Helpers Solera Rum, rum cream.
Ooh.
Yeah. So, it goes great in coffee. So good for, an early morning podcast like this. I like it, just over ice.
Over ice?
Yeah, on its own. It's fantastic.
Oh, that's a wicked drink. It's really good.
Totally. Cheers.
So let me get the roll straight with you with Nova Scotia Spirit Co. Head of development?
So I'm a partner in the company, and I deal with our sales team, a little bit of product development and business development. So I deal with new market expansion. I deal with our liquor boards in Ontario, New Brunswick, Nova Scotia, PEI, Newfoundland, and we recently just launched in the United States as well.
Wow, congrats.
Yeah, thanks so much.
You're a busy man.
Yeah, it's been busy, but it's been a phenomenal 7 years. Super exciting, and I'd rather stay busy than have it the other way around.
So, Dave, how do you know Evan?
Oh, my God.
Lots to unpack here.
Shit, I don't even know. I was thinking about this last night when the first time we met. And my first memory of you was at the ski hill.
For sure.
At Ski Baignon in Cape Breton in Sydney. And that's, I think, where we met. I met you. You were doing magic tricks in the lodge. You had a deck of cards. He's really good at magic tricks.
Oh,
It wasn't that cool back then. I'm not gonna lie.
I'm trying to put
really
that
cool
era
now.
behind me.
But I mean, we've been good friends ever since. And I mean, you're married to one of my longtime family friends and best buddies, Ruby. And oh my God, we went to St. X together.
Yeah. I think.
It's been a long
just being around, been around the scene. We've been around the scene together, and just naturally became really close buds.
Yeah, and I mean, we work together a lot on things that I do, and these guys bring me in on a lot of projects that they do. I mean, I like to say I'm like a part of the company. I'm still waiting for my benefits to kick in, but
for sure. Yeah, it's funny. It's like the first day that we hired one of our new sales reps, Dan Perrigo. I was driving with him, and Dave called on the phone, and I said, hey, just an FYI, you're on speakerphone, and I'm with, one of our new sales reps, so just say hi. And Dave said, welcome to the team, Dan. And Dan said, does Dave Sampson work with us? And I said, kind of. It's complicated, but yeah, kind of.
Yeah, there's a little bit. Sometimes I'm on the payroll.
Yeah, for sure.
I love that. It sounds like a great business relationship and just friendship relationship. Because if you think about it, your businesses go hand in hand.
Totally.
Alcohol and live performance.
Yeah, they do. Yeah, and then we get to kind of partner on a lot of shows, and so when I need sponsors or I need a little bit of help to kickstart things or just to have
and it goes both ways. Likewise, when we have our staff parties for Christmas, Dave always comes on board to help out, do some entertainment. It's kind of like him and Adam Baldwin are both our two resident musicians.
Yeah, Adam Baldwin. Do you know Adam at all? He'd be a great guy on the show as well. Yeah, he's
okay.
Yeah, shit like that. I mean, it's nice. It's a good partnership, honestly.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it's great.
I love hearing that.
Yeah.
Before you got here, we were talking about the success of Blue Lobster. I don't think you can turn your head right, left, or center in the summertime and not see someone holding one of those cans.
For sure.
Was there immediate success right out the gate, or did it take a little bit of work to get them as popular as they are?
Yeah, I wouldn't say. I mean, for the cans, I would say there were. I mean, it kind of goes both ways. Depends on, I guess, the success is relative. But we started as a spirits company, so we started making vodka, rum, and gin before we made any of the ready-to-drink products. So we started in a super small. We started in a laundromat actually, making spirits. We had no money and not much financial investment involved. So we started making vodka, rum, gin. It definitely didn't take off right away. NSLC came on, took our products into, I think it was like 19 stores, maybe 6 months later. But what really changed for us was when our Blue Lobster vodka got a double gold medal at the World Spirits Competition in San Francisco. So we got a lot of media attention, and the brand Blue Lobster really kind of took off from there. So the media attention, the medal itself on the bottle really kind of put our company on the map, and people started trying the product and realizing this is just as good as any national competitors' vodka. So we're definitely more well known as for the Blue Lobster brand than our Fisherman's Helper are willing to learn, perhaps, and that definitely led into the ready-to-drink game. So I think we were ahead of the game before a lot of our national or international competitors came on board. So people already knew the Blue Lobster name, the Blue Lobster brand. So when we launched our first SKU, the lemon lime, the Blue Lobster lemon lime, people just often call it the original.
Yeah.
If we're at like a concert or something and somebody wants to order a lemon lime, we'll often hear people say, "I'll just have Blue Lobster original." And it's kind of nice. We refer to it as the OG, and it's still our #1 seller. So there's definitely something special about it. So yeah, I mean, as soon as the RTD category took off, we were lucky that we were ahead of the game and we were ahead of the curve. So I would say, first mover advantage has definitely been kind to us. So the Blue Lobster ready to drink products, yeah, they did pretty well right off the bat.
What were some of the things that, is your background branding? Because you guys do a great job with branding, even on social media, on your story on Instagram. You can always see, a good time, party goers having the drink, and that really persuaded me at the very beginning. Oh, what's going on here? And then you go to your parents' cottage, and everyone's drinking it at the cottage. You're like, well, what's this brand? You look on Instagram, and the branding is phenomenal on it. So, is your hand on that side of the game, the branding side?
For sure. My background definitely isn't in branding or marketing. As Dave said, my background's in magic tricks, right? No,
I'm sorry.
But I think that we've come together, we've banded together as a team. So my partner Alex Rice, he's the mastermind behind Blue Lobster Vodka, or Blue Lobster Vodka, Nova Scotia Spirit Company. He's got a very keen eye for marketing and what will work and what won't work. I think that he's done a great job to trickle that down all throughout the team. I also think that we've got a very strong marketing team now. So at the start, it was really only myself and Alex who were coming up with the branding and the look and the feel of everything, how things tasted, how we formulated the products, and it was a real grind. We're fortunate enough now to have full sales team, full marketing team, full product development team, full production team, HR and accounting, and I definitely don't take that for granted, but it's so nice to come together as a team, and when we can all collaborate and come up with a brand, and when it hits and when it wins, I think that's one of the most rewarding parts of the job, to celebrate as a team, and we definitely make sure that everybody gets the recognition that they deserve.
What's the common goal between everyone within the company? I hear about great leaders; they make sure that everyone from the top to the bottom knows the exact same goal. What's the company goal for you guys?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I think that our company values are, I would say they're constantly evolving because of how quickly our team expanded, right? We started with 2 employees, myself and Alex, and then we brought on Scott DeCoste, and then our team has expanded so quickly. It's definitely a challenge to, ensure that everybody from, I don't think that there is a top or the bottom of the company, because
that's cool. That's nice.
I think that's the most important part and the most important piece to relay. There is no top to bottom. Nothing would happen. We always say nothing would happen without sales, but you know what? Sales wouldn't happen without production, and you know what? Production would never happen if we didn't have a product and a marketing team to bring cans and bring product and bring liquid that is of exceptional quality. to the table. So, like, I don't think that there is a top or a bottom in the company. I think that everybody has to work as a team, because the left foot can't go forward in front of the right foot unless there's a full team driving everybody behind it.
Dave, from the outside looking in, you go to some of their events that they pull off and things like that. What do you think that they do so great? Not being, I know you say you're kind of in the company, but at the same time you're kind of out. You got 1 foot in, 1 foot out.
Well, I think I think marketing and in your face is like one thing. I mean, you can't take, like I said, you can't walk 10 feet in any event without seeing Blue Lobster branding or cans in everyone's hand. I think that's, I think that's the big thing with that. I mean, I always noticed you guys were first out of the gate for the ready-to-drink products, in my opinion, around here. Like, there's probably a couple of other cans, but Blue Lobster quickly kind of took over, right? Yeah.
Is it tough at the beginning with the margins? Because like what you just did here, you gifted us some 12 packs, 2 12 packs, some of this rum, and it's not money out of your pocket, but it's product out of your pocket. And at the very beginning, do you have to find a balance of, okay, how much product can we afford to give away to influencers towards how much product do we actually need to sell to make a profit this month?
For sure. That's a really great point. So when we first started, we decided that we're going to put $0 behind any print media or traditional marketing. So what we put all of our marketing funding behind was what we call experiential marketing. So we believed at the time, looking at our can in a magazine or on a billboard or whatever isn't necessarily going to influence you to go and try that can or try that vodka at the time or the rum or the gin or whatever it might be. But being at a community-based event, whether it's a sporting event, music festival, on the golf course doing samplings at a golf tournament, or, coming around and gifting some product to somebody who can actually feel the product in their hand, open it up, smell it, taste it, experience what Blue Lobster is all about, or any of the Nova Scotia Spirit Co. products are all about, that's going to influence you to go out and make that next purchasing decision.
Yeah.
So experiential marketing, and that's was so important to us, and that's why you say you couldn't look left, right, anywhere you went where Blue Lobster was in your face. We had tents everywhere, flags flying everywhere, banners in every store, and the last 2 years have definitely been challenging because a lot of this experiential marketing opportunities have been taken away from us.
Can you give me an example of like what's been taken away?
Yeah, so I mean, with no more sporting events, for example, right? When that's been taken away, there's no more spectators around. It's very difficult to have an marketing experience with people in person. So everything's been virtual, and it's pretty difficult to have somebody sample your product through a Zoom meeting, right? So that's definitely been challenging. Tastings in store when hundreds of people used to come through the store and hundreds of engaged customers looking to try what they're about to purchase. So that's been taken away from us, right? So we've had to, kind of reband and figure out how we're going to overcome this for the next 2 years. And I think that for the last 2 years, I should say. And, I think that we've done a great job to launch out, a digital strategy and support others who are struggling as well, such as the bartenders who have supported us for the past 7 years, right? We launched the Big Tip maybe 2 years ago where when bars and restaurants got shut down, we ensured that the first 2,000 bartenders to apply got a $50 check in the mail, as well as a voucher for a 6-pack of Blue Lobster vodka sodas at the NSLC. That was more of a thank you than we weren't looking for any recognition there. That was more of a thank you for the support over the last 2 years or last 7 years. But it definitely worked out as to continue to have and garner their support.
That's awesome. Yeah, they took a huge hit this year. They're still kind of taking a hit. Is it at 50% capacity still with a lot of these restaurants and bars?
Yeah.
And it's difficult to keep up, so I don't even know what the rules are currently.
Well, I was at the bar my first time out probably, oh my God, since before Christmas, and I was down in Gottingen, and I was like getting ready for a big night out at the bar just to see, not even a big, I wasn't going to the Dome or anything. I was just literally going to the local or the Foggy Goggle. And then I quickly realized at 10 o'clock, right when I'm starting to get a good buzz on, all the bars close at 11 p.m. So I had to go home.
Yeah, I mean, consumer behavior has definitely changed, right?
Yeah.
People are, I think, going out earlier, and hopefully, if they're going out earlier, they're going home earlier. But it's not always the case.
Yeah, that's next time I'm definitely gonna start going out at 3 p.m. for sure. What are we doing after this?
On a Tuesday.
Yeah. One thing I was going to say is like with the kind of how marketing kind of changed, and I just wanted to make a point like about one strategy that you guys did at one of my shows. It's like the first 100 or 200 people to walk into the show got a free can of Blue Lobster at one of my shows. But what that did was, it was like a lot of people never tried it before, and it's like as soon as you have one drink, you're gonna have another one of that same thing. So immediately, the show didn't start, and Blue Lobsters were sold out at the venue because everyone's just gonna have another one, right?
Yeah, we definitely have to make sure that the bar is stocked when we're gonna execute an activation like that, for sure. But that's what the experience is all about, right? You get to hold the can, smell it, feel it, taste it, and really experience what Nova Scotia Spirit Co. is all about, and that's going to drive your next purchasing decision, or that's our goal anyway.
I heard when you're an artist, in order to grow, you got to move around a bit. You have to do maybe a cross-country thing.
Yeah.
Did you find it the same in the alcohol business? You have to go to an event in Cape Breton. You have to go to Fredericton. You have to go. Did you find that in order to grow the company, you had to move around the country a little bit?
For sure. I mean, luckily there's community-based events, and especially launching in Nova Scotia, there's so many music festivals in small and large in Cape Breton, and there's Lobster Fests down in Yarmouth.
Yeah.
And
that's work.
And then everything in between.
Yeah. That's not easy.
Oh, for sure. So, hiring a team, Alex Henderson has done an incredible job of activating our events team. She deserves a lot of credit on making sure that Blue Lobster vodka, especially Blue Lobster vodka sodas, were tasted, all across the province when we were allowed to do events, pre-COVID.
Is it tough I heard it's tough for alcohol companies based out of anywhere. It's tough to get into other provinces. Like, was it tough to get into Ontario? I heard it takes a little bit of not persuasion, but you need to build a business relationship.
So as far as I'm aware, LCBO, so the governing liquor board in Ontario, they are the single largest producer of beverage alcohol in the world.
What?
Yeah. So it is definitely competitive and definitely very difficult to get into LCBO. But if you've got a proven track record like we had in Nova Scotia, I think that really helped out. They have to obviously test your product. They have to taste it on a tasting panel. It has to pass lab analysis. So luckily, we launched with Lemon Lime in LCBO in Ontario. And, it's a quality product. It obviously passed the test, no problem. And they were super excited to get it in. So that was great to have our first launch with Lemon Lime there. It definitely was a challenge, and it was a learning curve on learning how to work with the, world's biggest beverage purchaser. But, it's been, a really great couple of years with Lemon Lime there.
Did you learn anything from that process of moving down into the States?
I mean, I would say, if anything, it was easier to get into the States knowing that we had what's called a general listing in LCBO. If you have a general listing in Ontario, it kind of
gives you a pedestal.
Totally.
Yeah.
You feel like you're almost a shoo-in for any other jurisdiction. I would say in the States it's a completely different game. We've got a company that represents us down there wholly, from importing to the distribution to the retail side of things, and all through the sales.
Yeah, that would be an interesting aspect of the company. How, like, okay, your liquor, let's say it's in Milwaukee, but you're not in the store, like, placing it where you want it to be. That's another whole aspect of the business I wouldn't even have thought of.
Absolutely.
Because in Nova Scotia, you guys have great placement in the NSLC. It's right there. You usually got a sign. It's well represented in the NSLC, but when you're in other parts of the world, it's kind of tougher.
How do you get those sweet spots in the NSLC, in the liquor stores? Like, how do you top shelf, right in your face, right when you walk in? You're not, but when you first started, I mean, the gin would be on the bottom a little bit, not very, very quickly, and you were, right when you walk in, you would see it. So, do you pay for that? Is it sales? I mean, can you tell me?
I don't know. I don't know how much trade secrets I'm allowed to give away, right? I don't want to get in trouble with anybody here, but I think it's based on sales, price point, popularity, and the local aspect.
Yeah, that's definitely an aspect that must be like, you have to gain a little bit of trust with other people to put your product there.
Absolutely.
It's nice and easy when it's in your backyard, but globally,
totally,
it's a different ball game.
Yeah, no, it's definitely been a challenge, but it's been a learning curve. It's not a background that I've come from, but the last 7 years, I've learned so much, and it's been an incredible ride.
What do you think your biggest asset is to the company?
My personal biggest asset?
Yeah.
That's a great question. I don't know. I think that I've got the ability to create strong and lasting relationships. So that I think that bides well with our, agent partners who represent us. And I think that I've got strong relations with all of our liquor boards. I, hope that I've got, the respect and backing of all of our team, like you said, from, not top to bottom, but everybody within the company. And I think the fact that, we like to get involved in every part of the business. And, I think that we empower a lot of people in the business to make, make decisions on their own. I think it's a great question. And I might have to come back to you on that one for a final answer.
Well, it's usually a sign of a good leader that says, everyone has to make their own decisions, because usually a shitty leader is the guy going, no, we're doing this, we're doing this, we're doing that, we're doing this, we're doing this. And for you just to sit here and say, no, like everyone can make their own decision, that's kind of a good sign if you ask me. Yeah. Outside looking in.
For sure. Thanks.
Yeah, no worries. Are you looking forward to events this summer? Hopefully becoming a little bit more consistent?
That's what we're most excited for. Like when most people say, I can't wait to get back to normal. As a company, what we often talk about is I can't wait to get back to pre-COVID so we can get back to our experiential marketing. We can't wait to get what we call cans in hands or liquid to lips in sporting events, community-based events, whether it's at the Wanderers games or music festivals, small fire concerts, or whether it's cold dust days in New Waterford.
And you also have the new restaurant that's in Stellarton that
sure.
really kind of hasn't.
What
is that open yet? Or it's open now, but it hasn't got to experience the full
for sure
full
Yeah, so we started building Blue Lobster Public House, I guess almost 3 years ago now. And we didn't want to open it up at, half capacity. We wanted to make a full splash, and we wanted the people to experience what they deserve, what Blue Lobster Public House really is. So we've got a beer garden outside with, a full stage. Our goal is to do 100 days of entertainment throughout the summer. So, Dave, you're in. We've got, some beautiful fire pits that you can sit around in the beer garden. I think, capacity of the beer garden is going to be somewhere between 250 and 300 people.
Where is it, sorry?
It's at our production facility in Stellarton.
Okay.
So, in the meantime,
awesome.
Just before Christmas, we opened up Blue Lobster Public House inside. So we've got upstairs mezzanine and a downstairs. The downstairs mezzanine is open currently 7 days a week from 4 to 11. It's a 72-seat restaurant, full-scale restaurant, and it's very casual. You walk in, and the first thing that you see is a food truck. So our kitchen is made to look like the food is coming out of a food truck. It's wrapped very funky, some nice bright colors. And I think that kind of sets the tone as to what your experience is all about, right? You're not at a, pretentious or stuffy restaurant. You're here to ready to drink Blue Lobster vodka sodas or Painted Boat beer or Annapolis Cider Company, all of which is made in the same building that you're currently experiencing your food at Blue Lobster Public House. So I think that's a very unique experience. And as soon as these restrictions start to lessen, we are going to offer tours. So you're going to be able to actually experience what you're consuming, and you're going to have a little bit of a look under the hood on how all of our products are made.
That's awesome.
Yeah, I can't wait to invite people in, and people can storm around and actually see how big our tanks are and how great our canning line is, and ultimately how great our team is that operate these canning lines, and our production team, and everybody in between.
Why Stellarton? Is that where everything started? Like the laundromat was in Stellarton?
So the laundromat's actually currently still in Trenton, and we are still producing there. Believe it or not. Yeah.
So you bought an old laundromat, and you that's where you set up your original
for sure
canning facility.
No,
right? Is that what you mean?
No, so that's in Trenton. That's where we made our spirits. So that's where we made our vodka, rum, and gin. So the reason behind Trenton, we were ready to go. We were super hungry to get this brand off the ground. We didn't even have an actual brand or any names at the time, but we were looking through some small towns throughout Nova Scotia, because zoning was a challenge to open up a distillery. It was very difficult for the municipalities to offer the zoning and offer it right away. So we looked, maybe just outside Halifax and in Fall River, and, it was going to be 12 months, 18 months, 6 months to get going. And then we found a laundromat in Trenton, Nova Scotia, and we contacted the town, and we said, how long is it going to take to get zoned for us to do a distillery here? And they basically said, buddy, you get the application in by noon, I'll have it ready for you this afternoon.
That's amazing. You're like sold.
So that's why we started off in Trenton, right? And it was actually, the greatest mistake to ever happen. The town embraced us as a whole, and that's exactly where our branding came from. So we were doing some renovations ourselves on the building, like I was retiling some floors and stuff. I've never done that before, right? Putting some baseboards around, just, enough so we could get going there. And at 5 o'clock, blue collar town, all the trucks would kind of pull up with their cases of beer, and they'd be like, how can we help out? You need an electrician? We can help out. We heard that there's an NSLC going in here. We heard there's maybe a water and wine going here. So we kind of kept our cards close to our chest. We didn't tell everybody exactly what was going on, but everybody wanted to be a part of it. I'll never forget one time we got our forklift stuck out in the gravel, and I looked behind me, and there was a pickup truck tied to another pickup truck towing our forklift across the gravel, trying to get it into our building, like without even us asking that we need help. Like I was calling the tow truck, right, to come get it. So where the branding came from, it became a little bit of a hangout. A lot of people were hanging around trying to figure out what was going on here. And
classic small town Nova Scotia.
Totally. A local fisherman.
Yeah.
A local fisherman decided somebody here is going to need a job. So he posted a job ad on our door, and it said, commercial lobster fisherman from Antigonish County is looking to hire a fisherman's helper for the summer. Basic requirements, sober, alert, and willing to learn. If interested, please write to, and you had to write a letter to his address, right? So
I didn't know that.
We said immediately, this is our brand, right? So we have fisherman's helper white rum, willing to learn gin, and of course every fisherman is looking for that rare blue lobster, and that's exactly how our vodka turned out. That's exactly how our brand as a whole turned out. And every fisherman's looking for the rare blue lobster, which is said to be 1 in a million or 1 in 2 million. It's meant to bring you good luck, and hence the name Blue Lobster Vodka.
So that's the story behind it.
That's the story behind it. The job ad, or parts of the job ad, is are on the back of each bottle of our spirits as well.
No,
yeah.
That's a great story. I love little things like that.
Yeah, the family actually contacted us not long after we launched, and they said, can you have a call with our dad Keith, because he doesn't believe that the branding and the job ad is actually about his job ad. So we always planned to go out on the boat with him one day, and unfortunately he just passed away actually. Just before Christmas, and we made sure to send them down lots of spirits to to send them off right, and I think they really appreciated that. So
wow, what a story.
For sure.
That's crazy. Was it hard to get that patented at all, the Blue Lobster?
No, I mean,
it's a popular name.
Yeah, we moved quickly on it. Whenever we have an idea, we just make sure that we trademark the name very quickly. So
yeah,
luckily it wasn't taken anywhere in Canada.
No, it's a hell of a product. It's slowly but surely it became a Nova Scotia staple in the summertime. Even in the winter, sure, but
for sure, totally.
But just in the summer, it's the classic deck drink.
Totally.
You can't taste the alcohol even. It's just there's something about it. Not too sweet. You feel kind of healthy when you're drinking it. It's light.
Totally. I think that the idea behind like not tasting the alcohol and why it tastes so good, I think like a main differentiator is the quality of the vodka that we put in there. A lot of our competitors use sub quality or subpar spirit to mix in, thinking that they can mask the quality of their vodka with flavor, which is just not the case. A lot of competitors nationally use malt spirit. It's kind of
that's like what they put in whiskey, isn't it? Malt.
So it's just the way that it would be fermented. So it's not a distilled spirit; it's a fermented spirit. Fermented sugar, and it's just kind of fractionally done from there. But you just can't beat Blue Lobster vodka, and we actually use our vodka that goes in that it is in our 375 ml and 750 ml and 1140 ml vodka. That same vodka is used in our ready to drink products. So I think that's a main differentiator for sure.
Yeah, it's a hell of a product.
I appreciate it. Thanks. glad you enjoy it.
Do you guys have anything else cooking up? Maybe you can't tell me. But
Oh,
you
for
can,
sure.
There's always something brewing.
I think to stay ahead of the game, it's all about constantly innovating.
Yeah.
Especially ready to drink. People are always looking for that next new flavor, except lemon lime. For some reason, it's staying as the OG. It's a strong seller in Nova Scotia, but we've decided several years ago that we're going to be constantly rolling out new products, and I think that's the name of the game now. You have to stay ahead of the curve. You have to stay ahead of what's hot, and either create the next trend or ensure that you're just ahead of it.
Do you have any funny taste testing stories? That's a fair question, right?
Yeah, it is for sure.
For sure. Yeah, I mean, we always do.
You always got a taxi chit or an Uber app.
Oh, for sure. Whenever we develop a new product, we taste literally hundreds of iterations of one SKU. We do like psychology tests, like it's called like triangle tests. So two of the three flavors that you're tasting are actually the same, and so you have to differentiate which one is your favorite. And the mind can definitely play tricks on you whenever you're doing these tasting experiments. We make sure to focus group it with as many people as possible, whether it's people in the industry or people outside of the industry, and we just take a tally on what people's favorite iteration is. So basically, how we deal with it, you start at one end of the spectrum, and whether it's like crazy sweet or crazy lemon forward, and then and at the other end of the spectrum where you might have a very lime forward flavor, and we decide we want to go somewhere towards the first third of the lemon, and then our lab will create us another 30 or 40 samples from there. Then we can just hone in and create another scale like that, if that makes any sense. I'm kind of like rambling on here.
I love listening to that.
I want to be invited to that taste test. Go home and
for
punch
sure.
holes in your wall.
Throw rocks at your own house, as you like to say. Hey?
Yeah, please invite me to that one. I'll probably have to get a hotel room.
Does good water have anything to do with the taste of the alcohol?
Oh, absolutely.
I heard
Good water.
big time.
like fresh. Apparently,
Yeah.
fresh water has everything to do with.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. So I mean, we treat all of our water. We send it through reverse osmosis program, and our water for our spirits, it's drawn from a very deep well, and then we treat it from there. So it is incredible water when we pull it from the well.
In Stellarton?
No, it's actually from our spirits in Trenton.
So you transfer the water from Trenton to
Exactly.
Cool.
Yeah. For our spirits.
For your spirits.
Yep.
Yeah, I heard good water has everything to do with the good taste and drink. Not even spirits, but just beer, every form of alcohol.
Oh,
I heard
absolutely.
everything.
Totally. Yeah, you have to start with good water for sure. So our water is tested, and we've got a lab at our brewery for Painted Boat beer, and same for ready to drink, same for Annapolis Cider Company. So the water is tested before every batch, and they make sure to treat it to the specifications as required.
Is it ever challenging within the alcohol industry to stay focused on a goal at hand? I remember when I was younger, we had a couple people that worked with the team that worked for like Molson, and I remember there'd always be 2-4s around. There'd always be, and it was kind of not a hectic environment, but there'd always be liquor around. And I always wondered, if I ever worked in an alcoholic industry, would I be able to have the fortitude to stay focused and wake up a little hungover but still get to work the next day? Is that an actual issue, or that's a fair question as well?
Oh, we
isn't
all
it?
know the Molson guys.
I think that it's definitely important to to ensure that if you're going to an event, that it's not going to affect your job the following day. If we've got mandatory events, we often have staff parties that might end up a little bit past business hours, and we ensure to make sure that we give everybody a few hours off the following day. I think that's important. I think that the most important thing on staying focused, as you mentioned, is we've got such a broad portfolio of products right now. So we just recently acquired Annapolis Cider Company in the Valley.
Nice.
So we've got many different ciders in that portfolio. We just launched Painted Boat beer maybe 12 weeks ago. So our sales team, our whole marketing team, everybody is new into the beer game. That's a new SKU. We just acquired a winery maybe 8 or 9 months ago.
Dude, congrats.
Yeah, thanks. Saint Famille Wines down in Falmouth. So we're going through a rebrand right now with our full team. So the fact that we've got, spirits ready to drink, cider, wine, and beer, it can definitely become a little bit disjointed on exactly what the goal is and what we are trying to accomplish, and we're definitely trying to hone in on that right now. But I think our main focus is always on maintaining success in Nova Scotia Spirit Company, and now we're just trying to grow on the success of Annapolis Cider Company, our new wine brand, and while launching Painted Boat beer, we're just trying to see if we can start competing with the big boys.
Yeah, well, that seems like it's always the answer to staying focused within any company and not enjoying the fruits of your labor is just staying busy. I'm sure, like when I'm sure you got a hit song, but you want to enjoy it for a bit, but then you want to write another one because you got to stay focused, or else you're going to get lost in the game.
Still looking for that first one.
Yeah, right.
Looking forward to see what that feels like. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, it's totally true. I mean, if you can't you can't relax. I feel like, you can, but I feel like you need to stay on top of it. And I think like similar to what I do in any other business, I think you have to use that momentum and push forward. Yeah. Otherwise you're going to get stagnant. And it's like, if you get, I feel like you should always don't let that shit get to your head a little bit.
That's a big thing.
And, and I think, I remember reading something the other day, and it's kind of like this too shall pass kind of idea of like, you're feeling good, feeling on top of the world, but that'll pass soon. And if you're feeling really shitty and everything's going wrong and you feel like you're getting kicked in the dick every time, that's going to pass too. So I think
point.
It
goes both ways.
Yeah, it goes both ways. Sorry. I can say that, right?
I guess. Can you say that? Yeah, I can say you're good.
Thanks. But yeah, similar.
Yeah, it's just like, it's the entertainment industry.
Yeah.
It's easy to get caught up in the fun side of it.
Yeah. Well, you can have both, I think.
Well, you can, but you got to find the balance.
Definitely.
Yeah.
I know with us, like every time, if we ever get like a big guest or get a big download number, you just want to go show those numbers to the world, but
yeah,
you got to like zone back in and get another guest focus. And it's like you guys could have rested on your laurels of Blue Lobster and the success that's had, but you guys said, no, we're going to do a winery. We're going to make a beer. We're going to... you guys just don't rest on your laurels. You just get to work, and that allows you to stay focused.
Definitely.
Yeah. I'm excited to see the new winery, see what happens there.
Yeah, we've got some good ideas, and looking forward to. Hopefully, it's going to be ready for this summer, and we're going to be able to invite the public in and open our doors for this summer. But we'll have an announcement over the next few weeks about that.
Where is it again, sir?
It's in Falmouth, so it's down towards the valley, just outside Windsor.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Wineries are great in the summer.
Oh, for sure.
And they're outside, so they're COVID friendly.
Absolutely.
For the most part.
Yeah. Hopefully, we don't have to worry about that this summer.
I don't. But I don't even. I can't even get into that right now. We'll see. Yeah,
we could get into it.
was that part of the play though? It's like, winery, okay, COVID friendly. Because let's be honest, boys, COVID could be here for the next, who knows?
For sure. I think everything we do is like an investment for the long term. So I don't think that COVID was part of the equation when we decided to acquire it.
They're fun.
For
like
sure.
the wineries, man, they're fun.
Absolutely.
Great time.
Yeah. Those tours, the tours down throughout the valley. And I mean, we've got an incredible wine region in Nova Scotia. It's I think the third wine country in Canada right now, outside of the Okanagan and Niagara. I think that Nova Scotia has just overtaken Quebec as now the third biggest wine country for volume produced.
That's awesome. Didn't know that.
For sure.
Before COVID hit, did you travel a lot for your job?
Yeah, I mean, so we were just expanding into all these new territories right before COVID hit. So I was on the road, almost weekly into a different province. I was just chatting a little bit earlier about that. And I loved it. It was super exciting. I definitely thrive around people as opposed to in front of a screen. So it was definitely a struggle for me to cope with Zoom meetings and Google Meets and everything. It's just you don't get the same energy to influence people and for what I like to do to sell to people. Yeah. It's just not the same energy on the screen. So I'm really looking forward to getting out on the road again and traveling province to province and spreading the good word of Blue Lobster vodka.
I love it. And what you said, in-person selling, in-person pitching, whatever you want to do, it's an actual thing. Same with this podcast. I can't do Zoom. You need to have that in-person connection to be able to connect with an actual human being.
The energy is just not the same.
Oh, I tried to do it, and it's just You blank. You're just,
For sure.
you know, I've done some shitty podcast over Zoom. You're like, all right, what are you doing now? You can't connect. You just can't connect.
Yeah, everybody's done some weird things over Zoom.
Yeah, man. Well, hopefully you'll be able to travel soon. It looks like that time is coming around the corner. I shouldn't say that, but hopefully.
Absolutely.
Hopefully.
Yeah, I was fortunate enough just to get out to BC last week, just to check out some wineries for some inspiration for our new winery and our new branding and the new experience. So I was out in the Okanagan, and I mean, what a place out there! It's I can't wait to go visit there in the summer.
Anyone that's ever been there that I talk to just says life-changing experience. Just
For
the
sure.
eloquence of it, the people,
Absolutely,
easygoing, but at the same time very hardworking and proud of what they create.
totally. People out there are definitely very motivated, and it shows in their work. I mean, the wineries out there, I can't wait to go back in the summer. Kelowna could be, one of the most beautiful places in Canada.
My girlfriend went to Kelowna Winery out there and just said, there's
Amazing.
nothing. You feel like you're in heaven on earth.
Absolutely.
She said it was incredible.
Yeah, everywhere, it's just right on the lake. It's so nice.
These past summers, I've been to wineries here in Nova Scotia, and I what am I now? I'm 30, so I went like 2 years ago, 28, 29. Same feeling. I haven't been to Kelowna, but going to those wineries in the valley, hell of a time. Do you need a tissue?
No, I'm good.
You sure?
Yep.
But no, they're an unbelievable experience, and they're going to go well mixing in your other products at the winery because people are just walking around. They want to sample things. They're outside. It's just a good environment to be able to taste certain beverages, and it'll work out, I think.
Totally.
100%.
Let's hope.
Yeah. Live performances. I know that you said that you're going to be. How many people are going to be in the venue? 250.
So outdoor, I think that we'll have a minimum capacity of 250.
Yeah.
And then inside, we've got roughly 150 with upstairs and downstairs in our event space. So, we could service about 500 people in the summer, indoor and out. I would say at a max capacity there. But yeah, no, our goal is to do 100 days of entertainment or pull 100 cars off of the highway for 100 days straight, 100 cars who wouldn't otherwise pull into Stellarton. So we're looking to become a hub of the community for locals and tourists alike. We want to, help the surrounding community and the surrounding businesses, because when these cars pull in, they're not only pulling in to see us, right? They're going to stop at Tim Hortons. They're going to stop to get gas. They're going to stop at some local pizza shops. So I think that, we really want to be a hub to the community. We've seen it work in other towns. Look at Tatamagouche Brewery, right? They are definitely a hub there. They definitely support all of the surrounding local businesses. So, it's something to strive for. So 100 days straight, we want to take 100 cars off the road to come and see us and the surrounding businesses that, wouldn't otherwise pull into Stellarton.
The Airbnb industry there is very good too. My girlfriend's family owns a couple Airbnbs. There's a lot of places to stay as well. It's a great time.
Yeah, for sure. It's a beautiful spot in the summer.
Oh, it's unbelievable.
Yeah, it's great.
How much of that kind of depends on your business? Moving into the summer. I know you said potentially might be moving to Nashville. Not too sure, but
not anytime soon.
No,
that's for sure. That's definitely something that I think about and I talk about, but I can't see me. It's hard to say.
Yeah,
it depends on. I would say I'll be here for a couple of years before I even think about, going anywhere. But I love it here, so it's hard to. My industry is there's. So much of it is based, I feel like, there on the writing side.
Yeah.
But, I'm still trying to find a perfect kind of medium where I can live here around all my friends and family and people and community and just travel back and forth. But, I mean, you never know. Right now, I can't really do my job here in Nova Scotia, and it's business as usual everywhere else. So it's a little frustrating, but I think it's all for the good and the positive. Like, don't let this trucker hat fool you.
He's going to Ottawa after this.
Yeah. No, not a chance, buddy. But who knows? We'll see. For my industry in the summer, it's like, if, like I said, I think I said this on the podcast last week, if I'm not booking 6 months ahead, I'm not working in 6 months.
It's crazy.
And we're right around that time because that's what people need. Festivals and events need funding. They need all of that shit, and they need time to basically plan for events. So if I'm a little kind of on the fence on what's going to happen this summer. Usually when it comes down to that, I have to kind of make my own hay and build my own events just to make sure that I can
Yeah,
make money, right? I can't really wait for festivals because mostly they're based on funding, right? So I mean, I'm still waiting for like Cavendish and shit like that, but those are like Cavendish sold out 6 months ago on the first day, right? The whole weekend, and
while only announcing the first day too, right?
They only announced one artist, and they sold, and they sold 30,000 tickets.
I think that's a testament to how hungry people are to get back out into the world and experience live music.
Yeah,
right?
That's how I feel too. Like it's definitely. Yeah, it is. People do not give a shit. They're like, take my money. Is there something going on this weekend? I can't wait to go.
I think we're going to come back a lot stronger for the live.
There's going to be a boom.
I think 100. I think it's a huge change in the music industry, in my opinion. I think a lot of people took music for granted in shows and live concerts, and it's like, oh, you want to go see Matt Mays this weekend or something. It's like, oh no, I'll catch him the next time. Well, no one knows if there's going to be a next time for a long time. So people are buying them really quick, and they're not just buying one ticket; they're buying 10. And because they're making sure that all their friends get it. So
they miss all their friends.
They miss all their friends. That's right. But it's hard. But I mean, something like Cavendish. I mean, they sold 35,000 tickets. What is going to happen if shit hits the fan?
Could you imagine if they have to return all that money? Probably millions of dollars. Return it.
Millions of dollars is right.
Like imagine having to return all that.
We were talking about all of the marketing money they saved from selling those tickets. I think their budget would have been hundreds of thousands of dollars in marketing,
for sure.
and they sold out in one day, so they just they didn't have to spend that money.
They don't have to tell anybody about Cavendish anymore.
Yeah, they don't have to. It's pretty amazing to see, right? And I think people now have a value on events and music, and I think that goes with sports, and that goes with anything that where they need an audience. So I think there's definitely a market, and I think it's going to be stronger than ever. But we'll see. It has to be.
So is Cavendish still up in the air?
No, Cavendish is 100% a go. But I mean, right now you can't do anything. You can't have a band on stage. You can't sell. You can't have any events. You can't have 100 people unless it's a bar and it's seated. And it's seated. Yeah. You can't have any events. Like I can't go play a host concert for 25 people.
So then, how can you say Cavendish is still a go?
Well, it is a go. They sold all the tickets. They're anticipating that everything lets loose.
What month is it?
July 8th or something.
That's July. That's a long. It's 7 months away.
I remember saying that 2 years ago too, and last year.
2 weeks to find the
2 weeks, yeah.
Let's not put that on there. Me saying that,
man. Well,
but I'm rooting for it because I'm probably playing that festival. But,
yeah, totally.
But it just goes to show you kind of have to they just kind of were like. Fuck it, let's put tickets on sale, let's book it, and act like it's going to happen. Because imagine they miss that opportunity, right?
Sure. Yeah.
Cavendish, that's a different thing. The Murphys own that. They own the land. They're the promoter. They sell all their own beer.
Shout out to the Murphys.
We love the Murphys.
We love the Murphys.
Well, yeah, we do.
It's crazy how your two businesses go hand in hand. Just sales,
totally, for
live
sure.
entertainment.
Totally. And, they're two very fun industries as well, right?
Yep.
It brings people together. What brings people together more than, drinking some beer or drinking some vodka, rum, gin, some ready-to-drinks, Blue Lobsters, and listening to music.
Yeah.
I mean, that's all.
With a bunch of other people.
Yeah, I mean, there's always been, a synergy kind of connection between events and booze forever, right?
Sure.
I mean,
totally. The presenting sponsor to most concerts is one of always a beverage alcohol company.
Yeah. And it's nice to see that a lot of times these sponsors, I mean, no offense to the big guys and Molson and those guys. I mean, it's always nice to see more local, Blue Lobster, Nova Scotia Spirit Co. as a presenting sponsor. Because, I mean, and that's like that with events now too, and in concerts. I mean, forever it was always Molson. It was always.
Sure. I think we're seeing it more and more that the smaller local companies are getting a shot at having these presenting sponsorships. Like shout out to 5 local breweries who just did I think it's like a 4-year. I don't know the full details, but for ECMAs,
Yep,
right?
yep.
So the big guys like Molson is no longer the presenting sponsor of ECMAs. It's these 5 craft breweries who've banded together, and it's one from each province around the Atlantic provinces where the ECMAs are going to take place, and they all collaborate on an ECMA beer each year. And they get to kind of host in their home province each year. It's forward thinking, outside the box. Get 5 small guys together to eliminate the big guy.
In your mind, the competitive aspect of business and sales, there's tons of alcohol in Nova Scotia now. There's new companies popping up every day. Like, I know with me, like, there's new podcasts popping up every day. It's great. I love it. People need to express themselves, do what they need to do. But in your industry as well, there's tons of alcohol, other alcohol businesses. Is it frustrating on a day to maybe sometimes, or do you just say, I'm not focusing on that, I'm just going to worry about this business and how I help grow Nova Scotia Spirit Co.?
I think a little bit of both is very important. So I think,
at least you're honest.
Totally. I think staying in our lane and focusing on how to build our own company has always been a strong value of ours. We never really understood why we often got maybe complained about by other local companies, but we just kind of focused, stayed in our lane. I also think that it's very important to understand the trends that are happening around you. I really enjoy seeing other local companies pop up, because that helps to grow the local industry. And if somebody's going to try another local product and it's of quality and they enjoy that, there's more of a chance that they're going to try a Blue Lobster vodka instead of one of the multinational competitors, like maybe a White Claw or a Truly or something, right?
Yeah.
So I think as a local company, it is definitely, or a local industry, it's definitely important to be collaborative, be supportive of each other, and I support all local businesses that are going to come try to take a hack at it.
Yeah, and it's good to have a little competition too. It keeps you on your toes and
Absolutely.
it keeps you working hard. It's
sure.
healthy.
Totally.
It's good for you. How much time are we at right now?
50 minutes.
15? 50? When moving forward with a company like yours, you said you're always looking for the trends. You're always looking to get ahead of the curve. You're always looking to stay the most innovative. What do you look at within the industry in order to get ahead of the curve? Like, you can't just create your own liquor like that, or maybe you can. But what do you look for in trends within the industry?
So again, pre-COVID, we used to travel a lot. We used to go see what is happening, on the West Coast. Yeah. We used to go to different, brewing conferences, the distilling conferences, and you'd often have presentations on, trending flavors, what's new, new stats, international sales reports. You'd have a lot of insights there, and just going to different restaurants, whether it's in California or in BC, and even anywhere outside of our own box, seeing something new and seeing if it's trending. It was really easy to see what's about to come over to the East Coast. So that was one aspect on how we used to try to track and follow trends. And the other one would just be, looking at sales data in all different jurisdictions. So we do have access to sales jurisdictions in all of the different provinces that we participate in. So seeing what's working there, definitely helps out. But also just looking at worldwide trends, and not only in the beverage alcohol industry, looking at flavors like what is bubbly coming out with next, right?
Mango, really good.
They've obviously
really
done their research on flavor trends. So we've got a few real interesting flavors coming out for this summer. Some really innovative stuff, I think, which is a little bit of an ode to people having to stay at home. I don't want to give away too many secrets or give up the excitement yet, but all I will say is say aloha to your taste buds.
Oh, you dropped a little dime on us. I don't know what that means, but
I don't know either, but it sounds good.
Aloha, say okay.
Yeah, for sure. So the idea is people are stuck at home. People are looking to get out to that beach. So what we're saying right now is say aloha to your taste buds.
Say aloha to your taste buds. Aloha. I'm thinking Hawaii. I'm not going to get into it.
I'm thinking, but we should try to figure this out. Right?
Aloha. I've never been to Hawaii. I don't know what the main flavor is.
You practiced that before you came here?
It sounded that good, did it?
Yeah, it sounded pretty good. I mean, it's got me pretty excited. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, no, you'll see some teasers coming out on traditional media, I would say, like on some billboards and stuff coming soon. So that might give it away. But yeah, the launch would be the week of February 21st in the NSLCs.
Oh,
wow,
that's soon.
Yep, 3 weeks out.
Oh, shit. I'm really excited.
It's a great time just announcing something new and then just seeing the momentum from it.
For
just
sure.
go. It's just,
Totally.
goes back to not resting on your laurels. Like, all right, let's get a new flavor. Aloha.
For sure.
Yeah.
It's a great part of your business.
Yeah,
Just
absolutely.
being able to get new products.
Totally. Yeah, it's never, there's never a dull day, never a dull moment, I would say, right? Like I said, constantly the need for constant innovation is just become apparent over the past few years. So just not resting, not staying still, definitely important. And that makes the job very exciting,
Definitely.
I think, for everybody involved.
And especially being able to put them into events must amplify it.
Oh,
Like, it's fun, yeah, I'm
Totally.
sure, putting it in an NSLC and seeing the reaction, but being able to, like, get a person's reaction in person, like, try this.
Totally.
Like, that must just amplify the business 100%.
There's nothing better, and like it never gets old than seeing your can, maybe even if it's lying in the ditch, right?
Yeah.
It's like, it never gets old seeing somebody, like a stranger, drinking a Blue Lobster vodka soda or whatever.
He picks it up. He picks it up.
Yeah,
out of the
of
ditch,
course.
yeah.
Or going to they're becoming like the Tim Hortons cups, right? Or going to like a Dave Sampson concert and seeing just like a sea of Blue Lobsters, right? Or going down to the Stubborn Goat Beer Garden and seeing everybody with a can in their hand or one of our slushy drinks.
Yeah, they have slushies
It's
at the
very
beer garden.
exciting, yeah.
Like Blue Lobster slushies.
Oh, at the Stubborn
They're
Goat.
amazing.
I love that place.
Yeah, me too.
It is awesome.
Yeah.
All right, man. Well, that's awesome. Is there anything else I should be asking right now? I feel like you covered everything. I didn't get any secrets from you, but I definitely got a lot of information.
All right,
I got
sweet.
aloha. Say hello to your taste buds. I got a new flavor coming. When did you say it's coming? February
21st.
21st.
Yeah.
Hopefully some events are going to be happening out with your, where was it? Stellarton?
It's in Stellarton,
In
yeah.
Stellarton. Hopefully you get some
it's at
events
the old,
out there.
It's at the old Scottsburn Dairy,
Okay.
230 Ford Street in Stellarton. I think like one thing that maybe we didn't chat about would be the fact that at our restaurant at Blue Lobster Public House, we also have a recently opened retail shop. So you can come in there and you can buy booze, you can buy all of our products from Annapolis Cider Company, Painted Boat, any of our 6-packs or flats, all of our spirits, and you can also buy our merch there. So some of the merch that might not even be released online yet, you can access it right at our retail store.
Okay, wicked.
Yeah.
I'm out in Stellarton, actually, believe it or not, kind of often because family out there. So I'll have to stop in.
Sweet.
Awesome. Dave, you're the man. Evan, thank you for coming on.
Thanks
I
so much.
appreciate it.
Thanks.
Everyone,
First time, long time.
what's that?
First time, long time.
First time, long time. I love it. We'll get you back in the summer when we have some more events to talk about and
That's
see what's
great.
going on.
Totally.
We'll get the new flavor in here too, hopefully.
Yeah, we got to play some golf.
We'll get
right?
mic'd up on a golf course.
Oh yeah, we do. Boys, I'm putting over there. I'm going nuts. I
Oh,
need
me
to
too.
golf.
January 1st comes around, right? And I think everybody gets the itch to get back out onto the course. I know I've got it. And, people, so out in Kelowna, like when I was just there, people at the base of the mountain are golfing, and people are up at the top are skiing.
Yeah, that's amazing.
That's what the weather's like there, right?
Yeah,
Shit.
incredible.
I'm watching on the PGA has a great YouTube channel, and the tour's still going on right now in Florida, Hawaii. They're playing, and you're seeing some of these guys play in the most beautiful weather, and they're hitting birdies, eagles. You're like, fuck,
I know.
can't wait
Hawaii
to do
looks, Hawaii looks crazy when you see watching some of those PGA events like on TV. It doesn't look real. It looks like it's a new, different filter.
My buddy just got back from Hawaii golf and said it was just
Yeah.
it's like a screensaver when you get there.
Yeah.
Unbelievable.
They're saying aloha.
Aloha.
Aloha. All right, we're out.
All
Everyone,
right, all right.
thank you very much for tuning in. Work hard, have fun. Make sure to drink a little Blue Lobster. Have some, put your feet up, have some fun. Listen to Dave Sampson's music. That's all I got. We are out. Peace.